Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Joanna here. I am late. It's beyond 1 o'clock, minutes to two, actually. But homeschooling mom. So there were things that I had to manage that hadn't completed yet. And so I am slightly late for our usual 1 o'clock. As usual, I want to make sure that all the sound is right and that you can hear me because what I want to talk about is important. For usual 1 o'clock. As usual, great. Everything's fine. All right. So, for those who are new to the channel, my name is Joanna Danielle, and I work with adult survivors of childhood trauma and abuse. I'm a homeschooling mom, and I live in Wales as well. And I'm here every day at 1 o'clock ish just to do a slight video, talk to you. There are certain people that are here with me live every day, and I appreciate that. Thank you also for those who have liked and shared the channel. I really appreciate it. Please continue to like and to share and to invite friends to come and to be here with us as well. So today I'm talking about a really important subject, and we've been continuing on from thoughts and fears. And the more I talk to people, the more I know that this is not a subject that we can let go of just yet, because there's so many people still struggling and battling with the things, the what ifs that are out there are a lot. And one of the things I've done, if you haven't watched the video, the mind body connection, go and watch that video. And I might also tag it in this one, put it in the description below, because that one is so important that you understand the connection between your thoughts and your responses, your thoughts and your actions, but also how it impacts how you feel physically. It really does affect how you feel physically. Hey, good afternoon. I can see that somebody's here with us. Our thoughts is not just things that run around in our minds, because the brain and the nervous system is connected. That what we think, sometimes we literally feel it, and we feel it in different parts of our bodies. But this video is not about the connection between thoughts and the mind body connection. This one's about the fear that you feel is not your own. But I'm going to invite you to go and watch the mind body connection, because it will be really helpful for you. So I'm talking today about the fear you feel is not your own, because there are certain things that we inherit, things that we see in the environment around us, values that we learn really early in life that we're just carrying on. If you have children, or if you live around children, if you're a teacher, if you're a child yourself, you'll understand this really well, that we do what we see our parents do. How many of us used to dress up in our parents' clothes, wear their shoes, um, pretend like we're going to work like they're going to work? So I remember when my sons were smaller, my eldest was smaller, and he used to have a bag like his dad, and he used to say, I'm going to work. He'd do everything his dad did. And your daughters may do that. Sometimes they're really quiet, and when children are quiet, I'm like, something is up. And I'd come and check, and my daughter would be in my closet. So they do what they see us do. Just as they do what they see us do physically, they also do what they see us do emotionally, relationally. So the fear that we are trying to manage and to deal with, and the enormity of it. I have two people told me yesterday, I don't listen to the news. I'm off social media for a while. And we've had to do things like that to manage ourselves, to make the space around us peaceful and calm. Otherwise, we've been bombarded with misinformation and misinformation, and just what you call it, conspiracy theories, and so much. And through muddling through all of that to find truth is like a needle in a haystack. So in order to keep ourselves safe, we might have to tune out, not watch, not listen to, not read, not follow certain people, unfollow certain people, and those kind of stuff, because the way you're managing it, is the way that you see things like this managed before, the way you see crisis being dealt with before. And so you have an adopted response to how you deal with crisis. And your adopted response might be to go way in fear, to be anxious, to talk, to eat, to just to smoke, to whatever you use. Some people use substances. Whatever you use to manage the fear, try and trace it back and see how people above you manage times of crisis. How does the elders in your family deal with crisis? How are they managing this crisis? What are the things that they're doing? How do they talk about it? And that will give you a very good idea of why you do it the way you do it. But you are, as long as you have life, you're still able to change those responses. You're still able to manage. There's lots of information on here. The mind body connection is a really good one to attach to this one, because when we know how the fear impacts us, then we know what to do in order to resolve it, in order to choose a different response. And we can choose a different response. When we clear the frontal lobe and get back our thinking brain, we're able to choose a different response. Then we're able to stay calm, not repress the emotion, but really stay calm, because you are calm. Sometimes people appear calm on the outside, but they're not calm on the inside. But what with this strategy, you will not only appear calm on the outside, but you are also calm on the inside. So it's deep breaths. We've talked about this before, and to stabilize yourself and settle yourself, so you can think, where have I seen this before, and who am I learning from in how to manage my fears? What are my fears? What are the things that I worry about? What are the things that you worry about? Maybe you have children, and that's one of the things you worry about. You might worry about their future, the choices that they have, whether the choices are limited now or not. You might worry about work and school for the children. And somebody was telling me yesterday, which is true, I hadn't even thought of that, because I homeschool, so I'm always at home. But there are literally people who can't afford to be home with their children. And we were talking about what's happening to those children in this crisis, when there are people who literally can't afford to stay home. And so the jobs that they have to go to work. So what happened to those children? And they might not be key workers, where they they're key workers, so the children get to go to school. So there are people, I know, a lot of us are dealing with unimaginable pressures right now, because things are not okay and the world is not an even place. it I'm very aware that the world is a very uneven place, and there are people that have more and people that don't have. And they are also, it's a struggle and a challenge to manage when we're in those places. So, but be aware of it. And, whatever you can do the little things that you can do to look after yourself. Don't make self care a big event, because you're on the edge. And if you don't do something to pull yourself back, then you're going to sink. Make self care, however small the self care is. It might be going to bed an hour earlier. That don't cost anything. It might be turning off your phone after 5, one day a week. Like today is just a day of peace, no social media, no phone contact, no WhatsApp, no messages, no nothing. I'm just turning off my phone 5 o'clock today, and I'm just going to be at peace. I'm going to read a book, listen to a book, talk to the children, play a game, hide and seek. I'm just going to go to bed early. It might be anything like that you do. So you're breaking a cycle and a pattern, and you're teaching your children a different strategy of how to manage when things and situations are very difficult. Okay. So there are little things that you can do to manage. Go for walks, more regular walks than you used to go to before. Try and wake up a little bit earlier and do some exercise before you go to work. Even if, I talk about the 4-minute ones on YouTube, even if it's the 4-minute exercise, try and do that too. But whatever you do something that's going to strengthen and encourage and nurture you. Okay. Because you're important. If you have children, they need you. If you're a young person, I know we have some young people here on the channel. If you're a young person, you can feel stressed and overwhelmed too, and it will respond in your body in the same way. So try, and you can do these things too that will also help to lessen and eliminate the stress for you. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to like and subscribe and turn on the notifications, so when we're on live again, you will not miss a video. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for our next live. I'm not remembering the topic right now, but I'll be here at 1 tomorrow or thereabouts. Take care. Bye.